This morning, our mom died whispering one final command: find the judge. We raced to obey, but when we found him, he froze literally mid-sentence like a statue. Now we're hunted by secrets Mom buried. America, are you ready to unravel the truth with us? Subscribe now. Our mom died this morning. Those words still feel like a punch to the gut, raw and heavy, as if saying them out loud might make them less real. But they're real. She's gone. Layla, my older sister, and I, Ethan, stood by her hospital bed at 6:14 a.m. when the monitor flatlined. Her last breath wasn't peaceful like in the movies. It was a ragged gasp, her eyes wide with urgency. She grabbed my wrist, her grip surprisingly strong for someone so frail, and whispered, "Find the judge. Tell him, it's time." Then, she was gone. Leela and I stared at each other, her face pale, my hands shaking. We didn't know what she meant, but Mom never said anything without purpose. She was a woman of secrets, always had been, and now her final words were a puzzle we had to solve. Leela, at 28, was the practical one. She'd been Mom's rock through the cancer, handling doctor's appointments, bills, and the endless parade of casseroles from neighbors in our small Ohio town. I'm 24, the dreamer, the one who'd rather sketch in a notebook than face reality. But reality hit hard today. We didn't have time to grieve. Mom's words were a mission, and the judge, whoever he was, held the key to something she'd kept hidden. Lila wiped her tears, squared her shoulders, and said, "Ethan, we start now. Whoever this judge is, we find him." I nodded, though my stomach churned. I didn't know then that finding him would drag us into a world of lies, danger, and a truth so wild it would rewrite everything we thought we knew about our family. We started at Mom's house, a cluttered two-story filled with memories and mysteries. Her office was a mess of papers, books, and old photos, but Lila knew where to look. Mom had a locked drawer in her desk, one she'd always brushed off when we asked about it. "Work stuff," she'd say, her smile tight. Leela grabbed a screwdriver, and we pried it open. Inside were a faded photo of Mom with a man we didn't recognize, tall, gray-haired, in a suit and a single sheet of paper with an address in Chicago and the words, Judge Harlan Voss. No phone number, no explanation. Just a name and a place. Lila's eyes narrowed. "Chicago's a 6-hour drive. We go tonight." I wanted to argue to slow down, to process Mom's death, but Lila was already packing a bag. She was right. Mom's urgency was contagious, like a fire under our skin. The drive to Chicago was tense. Rain battered the windshield, and Leela gripped the steering wheel like it was the only thing keeping her together. I tried to lighten the mood, joking about Mom's terrible cooking, but Lila snapped, "Not now, Ethan." I shut up, staring at the photo of Mom and the mystery man. He had a sharp jaw, eyes that seemed to see through the camera. Was this the judge? Why did Mom trust him with her dying wish? My phone buzzed a text from our neighbor, Mrs. Carter. Checking in, I ignored it. We were on a mission, and nothing else mattered. We reached Chicago just after midnight, the city alive with lights and noise. The address led us to a sleek high-rise downtown, the kind of place that screamed money. The doorman, a burly guy with a scar on his cheek, eyed us like we were trouble. "We're here for Judge Harlan Voss," Lila said, her voice steady. The doorman hesitated, then buzzed us in. The elevator ride to the penthouse felt endless, my heart pounding. What were we walking into? The doors opened to a sprawling apartment, all glass and polished wood. A man stood by the window, his back to us, tall, gray-haired, just like the photo. He turned, and I knew it was him. Judge Harlan Voss. His face was weathered but sharp, his eyes piercing. "You're Sarah's kids," he said, not a question. "She told me you might come." Leela didn't waste time. "Our mom died this morning. Her last words were to find you and say, 'It's time.' What does that mean?" Voss's expression flickered surprise, maybe fear. He gestured to a leather couch. "Sit. This is complicated." His voice was calm, but his hands trembled slightly as he poured himself a drink. He started talking, and with every word, our world tilted. Mom wasn't just our mom, Sarah Bennett, small-town librarian. She'd been someone else entirely, a federal agent, undercover for years, part of a task force that took down a criminal syndicate in the 90s. Voss was her. Handler, a judge who'd overseen the trials that put away the syndicate's leaders. "Your mother was a hero," he said, "but heroes make enemies." I couldn't process it. Mom, a spy? The woman who burned meatloaf and sang off-key to Dolly Parton? Leela's face was stone, but her voice cracked. "Why didn't she tell?" "U.S., Voss sighed. To protect you." The syndicate swore revenge. She went into hiding, changed her name, built a new life. But she always knew they'd find her. My head spun. Find her? "You mean her cancer?" Voss cut me off. "Not cancer, poison, slow, untraceable. They got to her." The room felt like it was closing in. Mom hadn't died of illness. She'd been murdered. Before we could ask more, Voss froze. Not metaphorically, literally. Mid-sentence, his body locked up, eyes wide, mouth half open, like a mannequin. I thought he was having a stroke, but Lila grabbed my arm. "Ethan, look." Frost was forming on his skin, spreading from his fingers up his arms, crackling softly. Within seconds, he was encased in a thin layer of ice, motionless, a statue in his own living room. I screamed, stumbling back. Leela's face was pale, but she was already on her feet, checking his pulse. "He's alive," she whispered. "But what the hell is this?" The answer came too fast. The apartment door burst open, and 3 men in black suits stormed in, guns drawn. "Don't move." One barked. Lila shoved me behind the couch, her instincts kicking in. "Who are you?" she demanded. The leader, a wiry man with a scar across his lip, sneered. "You're Sarah's." Brats should have stayed in Ohio. They didn't know about Voss's condition. They couldn't see him from their angle. But they knew about Mom. They were the syndicate, or what was left of it. And they were here for us. Leela grabbed a lamp and swung it, knocking the leaders. "Gun away." I scrambled for Voss's drink tray, throwing it at the second guy. Chaos erupted, gunshots, shattering glass. Leela tackled me out the door, and we ran, the men shouting behind us. The elevator was too risky, so we took the stairs, 18 floors down, my lungs burning. Outside, we vanished into Chicago's crowds, but I knew they'd find us. They'd found Mom, after all. We holed up in a cheap motel, Lila pacing, me trying not to hyperventilate. "Mom was a Fed, Ethan," Lila said, piecing it together. "She hid something big, and Voss knows what it is. That's why she sent us to him." But Voss was a popsicle, and we were on the run. I pulled out the photo from Mom's drawer, noticing something new, a tiny inscription on the back. "Safe House 47 Willow Lane, Galena." Galena was a small town a few hours away. "Another clue," I said. Leela nodded. "We go there now." The safe house was a rundown cabin in the woods, hidden behind overgrown trees. Inside, it was a time capsule, dusty furniture, canned food, and a locked safe under a loose floorboard. Layla cracked it open with tools from the garage, revealing a flash drive and a letter in Mom's handwriting. "If you're reading this, I'm gone," it began. "The syndicate is back. They want the ledger, a list of every agent, informant, and dirty politician they ever worked with. I hid it to keep it safe. Voss knows where. Trust no one else." The flash drive had one file, a video of Mom, looking healthy, younger. "Kids," she said, her voice breaking, "I'm sorry. The ledger is power, and power is dangerous. Find Voss. He'll know what to do." But Voss was frozen, and we were. Out of moves, or so I thought. Leela's phone buzzed a text from an unknown number. "You can't hide. Give us the ledger." They'd tracked us. Before we could run, headlights pierced the cabin windows. 2 SUVs pulled up, and the men from Chicago stepped out, joined by a new figure, a woman, tall and elegant, her face cold. "Hello, Leela, Ethan," she said, stepping inside like she owned the place. "I'm Cassandra. Your mother and I were colleagues." Lila gripped the flash drive. "You're with them," she spat. Cassandra smiled. "No, dear. I'm the one they fear." The twist hit like a freight train. Cassandra wasn't Syndicate. She was Mom's partner, another undercover agent, thought dead for years. She'd been hunting the Syndicate, too, but her methods were ruthless. "Your mother hid the ledger to protect it," Cassandra said. "But I need it to finish what she started." Her eyes flicked to the safe. She knew we had it. Leela hesitated, then handed over the flash drive. But I saw her slip something into her pocket. Smart. She didn't trust Cassandra, and neither did I. Cassandra explained the freezing. The Syndicate had a weapon, experimental tech stolen from a government lab, capable of cryogenically suspending people in seconds. They'd used it on Vos to keep him quiet. "He's alive," Cassandra said, "but only I know how to reverse it." She wanted the ledger in exchange for saving Vos. It sounded like a deal, but her smile was too sharp, her motives unclear. Leela played along, but I could tell she was planning something. We followed Cassandra to a warehouse outside Galena, where Vos was being held, still frozen in a glass chamber. The Syndicate was there, two double-crossing Cassandra, as expected. A firefight broke out, and Lila revealed her play. The flash drive she'd given Cassandra was a decoy. The real one was in her pocket, and she'd already uploaded its data to a secure server. "You want the ledger?" she shouted, dodging bullets. "It's already with the FBI." It was a bluff, but it worked. The Syndicate hesitated, and Cassandra turned on them, her own agenda clear. She didn't want the ledger to destroy the Syndicate. She wanted its power for herself. In the chaos, I grabbed a syringe from Cassandra's bag labeled antidote and injected Vos. The ice melted, and he gasped, collapsing. Lila dragged him to safety as I set off a smoke grenade from the warehouse's stockpile. We escaped, barely, with Vos in tow. In a diner at dawn, Vos told us the rest. The ledger was real, hidden in a digital vault only he could access. Mom had died to protect it, to protect us. "She loved you more than anything," he said, his voice heavy. "She wanted you to live free." Lila and I made a choice. We gave Vos the real flash drive, trusting him to get the ledger to the right people. He promised to disappear, to keep us safe. As we drove back to Ohio, the weight of Mom's death settled in, but so did her strength. We weren't just her kids anymore, we were her legacy.